You guys?
Yeah.
You guys remember?
You guys. Hold on. He's not ready.
Do you remember?
Settle down. Settle down. Kyle, you in with us?
I'm in.
All right, KTM news. Do you guys remember Bop It?
Yeah, what a terrible toy.
That was
I was a fucking master at that thing.
that was so good.
Yeah, it
and
was
they
great.
came out with the other one that had 5.
Oh wait, no,
Yeah.
wait, that was the Simon Says one.
No, I think it's something different. But
Oh,
that
that
was
was
cool too.
that was a
I
version.
didn't know how to do that.
That was a version of it. Yeah, that one was.
That was
Are you talking
totally
about Bop
different.
It?
That
It's
was
like,
a totally
yeah, you had this
spin
thing,
it, bop it,
and then you gotta like.
flick it.
You're probably really good at this one.
I was good at them all.
Do you guys hear about this man who says he traveled back in time to warn off an alien invasion?
Oh shit, no, but this sounds good.
Did we already talk about time travel? We already talked about this.
Just tell tell
Police
us what
say
it
a
is.
Central Wyoming man they arrested for public intoxication claimed he had traveled back in time to warn of an alien invasion. He
Sounds real.
said he was from the year 2048.
48.
So kind of recent.
Yeah, he's pretty close by.
What did he say?
Wait, they arrested him for being drunk?
He told the police that he wanted to warn the people of Casper that aliens will arrive next year and that they should leave as soon as possible. Wait, so they're going to come in 2018? Why didn't he come back in 2019? Why did he wait till 2048 to tell us?
No, he's from 2048.
He's from
Yeah, I
maybe they
know.
didn't. They probably didn't have
Why didn't he tell us when he
They
was,
probably
like,
didn't have the
younger?
technology.
Yeah, he just 2048. is
They had
when
to wait
fix-
till the time traveling technology
Yeah.
was there to come back.
So
Wait, but do you get that he like the time traveling?
no, because it
technology.
doesn't make sense.
Okay, let me try to
No.
explain.
It
I
wasn't-
understand what you're saying, but I'm telling you that there's something else that I know that you're not understanding.
Okay.
Okay, go on.
If time machines were ever going to be created,
Yeah.
they would already be created. Because
Well, because you're automatically assuming that when it was created, that they would come back and give all the technology and information to us. That's not true.
someone would.
Well, no.
No,
but let me-
it's
let
not.
me
I'm sure
try
it's
to
not
understand-
available for everybody.
One time I made a
Like every dude doesn't have the thing at home. And like, oh, let me travel back through time.
I made a piece of paper with my friend and it said, if we ever come across a time machine, we will come back to July something, whatever, this exact time. We were writing it. And then we signed
Was it like the day you guys lost your virginity or something?
No. Or it was a friend. And then we wrote it and then we both signed it. And then we waited like 5 minutes forever, whenever that time was. And we never knocked on the door.
Yes, you
That's
guys.
actually really. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, so you guys clearly never were
We
around.
so
the
that means
technology.
I'm never going to come across a time machine. I know that now because I never visited
No.
myself at
That's
that
actually
time.
No.
Hey, no.
No,
Wait.
because maybe in 10 years from now you're gonna forget about that.
No, or maybe you know
So
the
you're not gonna-
ramifications of a time machine.
Yeah, either the ramifications of it, or you don't remember. Like in 10 years from now, you're not gonna be like, oh,
Or-
that time when me and Billy wrote that note, I gotta go back and
If
tell
I-
him.
no,
I
no,
gotta tell little Paulie.
If I find a time machine, I'll know when to go back. What time?
No, because you might not remember,
Well, I'll remember.
but you might not. That's what I'm saying.
Anthony,
So it's not-
he'll remember.
It's not guaranteed.
When I'm setting the dial, I'll be like, oh yeah, I remember.
No, that's not true.
Yes.
No, it's not.
I think
But
so.
but you understand what I'm saying?
But I think you're all saying that he's guaranteed to not remember. I think he probably remember.
I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but he just said, so I clearly am never
You know what
going
you
to be
should
a
have
time
done?
traveler.
Oh,
You
wait.
should
I'm saying
you
more to
should
the
have
story.
tattooed it on your body. That's
Oh
what you
yeah,
should
that
have
would
done.
be
date
good.
and the time.
Let's do that.
Memento.
Let's do that next
Tonight.
week.
Memento.
Go ahead. Wait, finish the story.
The man told police he was only able to, because this man got arrested for intoxication.
Intoxication. He was drunk. Yeah, he was in public.
The man told police he was only able to time travel because aliens filled his body with alcohol. He noted that he was supposed to be transported to the year 2018, not this year. I guess so he got it wrong too.
Because he was drunk. Because the aliens were pumping him with fucking booze, and they're like, we're not gonna let you know the date.
Is there video of this?
No.
That would be fucking great.
No, like dash cam or anything?
Oh,
That'd be brilliant.
what did he bring? Did he bring anything back?
Now
with
I'm
him?
just scrolling around on my
Did he
Facebook.
Oh,
did he bring
okay.
back the latest iPhone?
Jack.
That would have been pretty cool.
Oh, that's
Papa,
where
come
X
on.
came from. Yeah.
I've never seen him
Yeah.
chew on a bottle before.
Oh, what else was that?
I asked you that recently. If he likes bottles, and you were like, no. But
He doesn't.
dogs love bottles.
If you come across a
because
time
they sound
machine,
like a fucking thing dying. They're like a fucking animal.
oh,
dying.
that's why.
No, it's just the noise. I mean, maybe you can say it's.
I thought that because if you come across a time machine, you go to the future and you kill yourself. What happens then? Or the past. The past, and you kill yourself, then you can never come across the time machine. But you already went in it.
That's what. Okay, what you're saying right now is like why they say just time is just like it's like relative, and it's all happening at the same time. Everything's happening at the same time. We're just experiencing it.
So you can't do that
through like what? Like the aging of atoms, like the movement. I think time is movement. I think that's all
Change.
time.
Yeah.
Have you seen?
I don't know what I'm talking about either.
Have you seen Arrival?
No. Oh no, I have not. I haven't seen it. I
I believe that.
You gotta watch it. Oh fuck,
You haven't seen Arrival,
dude. We should bring it to the studio and watch it.
We don't watch it on the big.
Projector. We should do it.
I'll talk to the guys at Blue Octopus about that.
But I can tell you just the little. Well, I can't even tell them what it's about then because
No.
Yeah, you can't even say anything. Damn.
But I already gave a part of it because it's time. But fuck,
yeah,
I can't even talk about it now. Fuck,
that's crazy. That's like a.
But I kind of.
One of the only movies where you can't say anything really.
Well, they know
like aliens visited.
They
but
know
that's
there's
not
aliens.
that's
You know
not-
there's.
Can I just say something really quick? My dog never chews on anything, and,
I
and he's
told
chewing
you-
on a bottle now
I told-
during the podcast. I think he knows.
And I told you he likes bottles.
Oh, it's that smart water.
Jackie,
whose is that?
Jax.
No, but I told you
Papa,
dogs like
here.
bottles.
Come on, Bubba. No,
Why did you throw my bottle across the room?
Because you had an ad on it. You have a fucking.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by
You
Arrowhead.
can't do that shit.
You know how much money
Put it
we're
right
making
next to
on
me
our.
then.
Dasani was probably looking at this and was like, "Oh, they already have Arrowhead. We
Sorry,
next
guys.
to
we
me.
can't
Sorry.
contact them.
Put it right
They already
next
got
to me.
Arrowhead. Fuck.
Jesus.
If I take a water sponsorship, it's gonna be Evian.
Can you do that again?
I don't like Evian.
Can you do that again?
That's what
Can you
I'm
drink
saying.
the water like you did again?
The same way.
Is that
The
sarcasm?
same exact way. No, just. No, like
That was exact.
That
No.
was.
That was exact.
I didn't even see it, but I know it wasn't exact.
How do you know?
I just know.
Yeah, it just felt different to me
Why did you ask me to do it a second time?
because I thought you did it like this, like
Oh, wait. Okay, guys.
like you had like.
Nope.
Okay, guys.
There goes the data.
Well, okay. I want to get into something serious really quick.
All right, let me see.
All right, what? Better be good.
It's serious.
Remember how good Smoking Aces was? Go ahead.
Great movie.
There's a second one. Never went to theaters. I've always been meaning to see it.
Also, while you're finding that,
Wait, I already have it.
okay,
I already have it.
But now I want to know what he was going to say.
I'll remember. Trust me.
Okay, you'll remember.
Has to
Okay.
do with both.
Have you heard of the Congressman Tim Murphy, Pennsylvania?
Oh no, can you tell me?
Okay, so he is he has a hard
Oh, what?
he has a hard he is very anti-abortion,
Okay.
very anti-abortion.
Okay.
Like very publicly about it.
Okay.
The Pittsburgh Post Gazette obtained text messages between him and some girl.
I already know what you're going to say.
I don't know who the girl was,
I have a feeling I know what you're gonna
but
say too.
but obviously you know who the girl is. But he was urging her to have an abortion.
Can these fucking politicians have some goddamn consistency with their shit?
So that's what I want to talk
oh
about.
my god.
Like, why would someone who's so pro anti-abortion, very clearly pro anti-abortion,
It's a piece of shit.
and then get some girl pregnant and be like, you need to get an abortion?
You know, look.
Like,
if
how
you-
trustworthy can any of these
If
people
you're
be?
and look, if you're allowed to have whatever stance you want, but you should be expected, especially if you're someone in politics, to like live by what you're saying.
Clearly, yeah, very clearly.
It's frustrating.
Isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it is
messed up.
ridiculous.
I mean, are you surprised?
Well, honestly,
I don't-
dude,
kind of like something like abortion. Like when people are anti-abortion, they're like they're not like
Oh,
they're
that's
always
like- that's like core.
Yeah, they're like so fucking firm with it.
Yeah.
Like that's murder, of course not. That's awful. But clearly, it's all show.
I love
But like why would he? My thing is, why would he be so pro anti-abortion so firmly, but then not be really?
well, because I think
Is
that
he just doing it for votes?
Well, yes. I mean, I think most politicians do things just for votes. They just pick a,
Oh, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
or you know what it could be is like this is the problem with the two-party system is that like maybe you have some viewpoints that aren't on your party side, but you just kind of have to subscribe to all these viewpoints that are dedicated to your party system because the anti-abortion thing is very right, pro-choice is very left.
Yeah, isn't that
and
lame?
so that's why I would like to maybe see like more party options.
Maybe
Yeah,
a tripartisan.
I was listening
Yeah.
to NPR recently, and I don't remember what section it was or like what time of the day it was, but whoever the host was getting callers to call in and asking them about there were liberals and asking them how much of the Democratic Party do they agree with, and like if they think the party should move further to the left or move more over to the middle. And it's shitty because if you only have two options, it's like,
Yeah, I know.
it sucks because there's more than two options.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does suck. It's like it's just I would like to see a libertarian party at least. I feel like they're in the middle right now of all this shit. Oh, nice. But got the lava lamp going.
On there.
You should see if you can stick this thing in your mouth.
I probably could.
Whole thing.
I probably could.
People
But you
think-
think libertarians are in the middle?
Well,
What, only because they're like
the only
because they
reason.
want less government involvement?
Yeah, well, I think both. If we're gonna go far right, far left, I think that they both want big government, no matter what. They just pretend. They just both sides just pretend.
Really? So conservatives want more government?
I think neocons want bigger government.
What's a neocon?
A neocon is like a big government conservative and like a new conservative. Like it's like somebody that would be considered a neocon would be McCain. Somebody that would be considered like a what? I love how
I don't even understand.
every
what you're
time
saying.
that I say something like this,
Like, why would
there
you
is a
attack McCain?
because he's the first neocon that came to my head.
But can you explain without just calling him a neocon? Can you explain what
Wait,
it is?
isn't McCain
Because-
the bad person?
Yes,
He's a
is.
grumpy old man, right? He's a bad guy.
Unfortunately,
In my head,
he's
he's in the bad guy category.
Normally, I would side with, he's a Republican. He's not on my side technically, but he saved us the last two major votes for getting rid of Obamacare or Affordable Care Act. He voted
I
against
really
it.
don't want to turn this.
He has some sensibility.
Saying save
He's
would
a
mean
little.
that it's a good
but
system.
He's reasonable.
With the Bannon thing, when he went on, the former head of the CIA, when he went on, in front of the committee, McCain was just being a dick to him.
What's his fucking name? Hold on. Why can't I think of the FBI?
It's
Comey.
Oh yeah. I watched that.
Well, it was McCain almost seemed like he was having a stroke. Like he was asking all these random questions, and then he was like repeating them, and he was like, he just said something.
He has brain cancer. He's like
He has a tumor now, which is
percent chance to live.
Yeah, but
He's probably on his
if you
way
saw
out.
Comey's face, he was like, "Wait, what? I answered your question. You just asked the question again." It was like really weird, but maybe that
really?
was effective as brain tumor. Yeah, I don't know.
Probably.
But so
Poor guy.
normally he is on the opposite side of I think your views. But he saved us from.
Oh really?
There's not two sides. There's not opposite sides. There's on the
Democrats
facade. Let me tell you, this is what it actually is.
Are we not a two-party system?
On paper, yes, but what it is.
So if Paul had to subscribe to one or the other, which he does, he would subscribe to the Democratic Party.
Terrible choice, but
And the Republicans are better?
no, terrible choice too. This is what I'm saying. I want a third party.
I started off by saying, if you have to pick one or the other.
But there's
If
two
you had
different types of people. There's people that want to limit the
hold on.
government,
But you
the
didn't-
power of government.
Can you address what I just said?
What?
I said if you had to pick one or the other. If you had to pick a Republican or a Democrat, what would you pick? And
I'm saying
I said Paul would clearly pick a Democrat.
If you pick,
Because I'm a good guy.
far
he's
left or-
reasonable.
No, that
and
doesn't
he cares
make-
about
It's
people.
the good guys
That
and the
d-
bad guys.
Well,
He cares about people.
let me tell you something. You know what's been the longest running Democrat state
California.
is Michigan, and then they're in charge of Detroit specifically is been run by Democrats, and they've turned that city into absolute trash. So
Correlation, not causation.
they can't just say things like that. Can't just say things like that unless you know what you're talking about.
He can, and you do the same thing.
Oh, no, I have reason to say things.
Okay,
though.
go
There's a
back
difference.
to the thing when we talked about McCain. What'd you call him?
I called him a neocon.
Neocon. Now, can you explain what
He's
a
a
neocon?
he's a warhawk neocon.
For all the other people who aren't psychopaths like you, can you explain what that is?
And he just threw in another word.
Yeah.
Warcock?
You know, it's
he
so
just
funny.
throw things in.
I'm going to talk to the audience for
And
a
hold
second.
on, and then you're gonna say you can do it because you know what you're talking about. Paul can't do it because he doesn't know clearly.
Well, you can't just say causation correlation and then not explain what you're talking about. That's all I'm saying. Guys, let me tell you.
Why do you ask him?
I'm going to talk to
Give
the
it a chance.
When you
Sorry,
say when
I'm
you
going to talk to the audience.
hold on, let me just really quick. When you say stuff like that, we ask you to explain it. Paul said anything, and you just didn't ask him to explain.
Explain.
You can ask him to
I was
explain.
just saying, not like just because there's the longest running Democrat and it's doing very badly doesn't mean it's necessarily
because of that.
Okay, let me tell you something. If you
And
keep,
then he just like, oh, stupid.
let me tell you,
Fucking moron.
If you keep doing the same thing over and over again and getting bad results, maybe it's because you're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, I'm just blowing minds here left,
yeah,
right.
maybe.
Maybe.
Anyway,
maybe.
I'm going to talk to the audience for just a second.
Don't look at the camera. You can talk to the audience. They can hear you. Can you look at us?
Guys,
Look me in the eyes.
because it's always 2 against 1.
Yeah.
No, not always.
Yeah,
You
not
know
always.
it is.
Not always.
You know it is.
And it's only because you're
When were you
psycho.
guys against me about something?
See,
Who knows?
both of them will call me psycho because I come in with facts and I come
That's
in
why.
with thoughts that are opposing to you. So you can't just call someone a psycho because they don't agree with you.
That's
anyway.
why we call you a psycho.
But a war hawk is someone who is always promoting war, who is very much into the military-industrial complex and is finding reasons to go to war, sometimes unnecessarily. And McCain has had a history of this.
Okay, now go back to what'd you call him? A neocon?
A neocon.
Okay, what is a neocon?
Can I let me?
If you need to Google it, I'm okay with that.
I'm going to give you the
But it's where you
exact
just threw out
definition.
words and you don't know what they mean.
Yeah, why do you have to Google it?
That's weird. But you just gave Paul
Because
shit
I know
for
that-
saying, throwing something out
because
and not
I-
explaining
He's
it.
like, oh, what? Let me Google it. I don't know.
Neocon, fucking neocon. Let me check and see what that is.
A neocon is I'm not looking up yet, but a neocon is, according to me, is a proponent of big government, someone that wants to push the the agendas of surveillance type states, of more government interference within your private life. These people are constantly trying to expand government. Now,
Okay.
let's see if I'm right. So,
Okay, I kind of get the idea.
of course, it says a person with neoconservative views.
Okay, what's neo mean?
Shortened, a neocon is a political movement
what does
born.
neo mean?
Well, let me tell you. I'm gonna read the
Extreme?
Conservatism is a political movement born in the United States during the 1960s among hawkish liberal intellectuals who became disenchanted with American left's foreign policy. Many of its adherents became politically famous during the Republican presidential administration of the 1970s, 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Neoconservatives peaked in influence during the administration of George W. Bush, when they played a major role in promoting and planning the 2003 invasion of Iraq. So that's what I'm talking about, war hawkish, very
Okay,
much. Okay, so
fair
that's-
enough.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
Oh, neo means new.
new, yeah, exactly.
Can you address though the fact that he saved us by voting against the two healthcare bills that were proposed in was it Senate or Congress?
It saved you in what sense? And from those bills?
Those bills.
Obamacare
That-
is going to implode, just to let you know.
But
so you can't say
you're changing the subject.
But that's not saving then. It's like-
but he did from those two that were worse than what we have now. That would have thrown millions of people off healthcare.
okay.
Can you just address that for me? Did he save us by voting against those two?
No, he didn't. Because I'll tell you right now,
So we should have voted yes for those.
we should have voted.
Should he have voted yes?
He
for
should have voted to just to come up. If he voted to come up with a brand new plan and
Look
still
at this.
repeal
He won't answer
Obama.
the question. You're unbelievable.
No, you're
Just
unbelievable because you
those
expect
two-
things to be just a yes or no question.
Yes.
You,
In
you
this-
frame it in a way that is
in this-
unanswerable.
And no, it is. In this circumstance, you can. I said to Paul, he saved us from these two healthcare bills that were proposed that would have affected us tremendously. They would have thrown millions of people off healthcare.
Okay,
Just,
I'm going to answer.
just in that circumstance, did he save us from those two bills?
I'm going to answer, and then you have to let me continue my answer. So,
Okay, but can
yes.
you please? Thank you.
Now, let me tell you what he did.
Thank
he
you for
saved
that.
us.
I'm serious. Thank
I'm
you.
He
surprised he's
saved
letting you
us.
finish, though.
He saved us from two, but both are sinking ships. So just because you saved us
mean
from
all
two,
three. Mean Obamacare and the other two.
and the other two, yes.
Okay, fair enough. I don't think Obamacare is fucking.
That's because you haven't looked at the numbers and you haven't seen what it's done, and
I
didn't
just-
realize
no,
it was
I just
built
said-
on a lie.
You let me finish. I just said I don't think it's the best thing out there. There's things that need to be changed. 100%.
Okay. So now you guys see,
But
we all learned something.
But it got everybody insured, so it's done some good.
At what cost, though? You know, I can tell you personally. Let me just tell you. I want to tell you personal experience with Obamacare, right?
Personal experience.
Personal experience.
And when you say personal, you
my
mean
immediate
you.
my immediate family.
Anecdotal fallacy.
Since we are all
I'm so happy Paul's over there on the side just yelling things out. Replicant something, Brabisher. And then no one we just like, yes, yeah, yeah. We don't talk about what he just said.
so
Personal experience,
I
but
don't
it's
want,
not.
honestly, I don't even want to get into healthcare, but
it's-
I will explain to you if you want me to explain.
You don't
to
need if you don't want to. There's something else I want to talk about that's going to get you heated up. So we
All
can
right, cool.
We can leave that out.
What's going on? I mean, you had an experience with Obamacare that fucked you a little bit.
I can already say what it. I can probably already guess what it is.
It fucked my immediate family.
Yeah, what I can I
okay.
can tell you what it is.
What
His
is it?
parents probably their premiums went up and they had to change insurance or they were paying too much. So they had to like.
When
get
I say
rid of
it went
something.
up, it doubled. Okay,
Yeah.
$1,600 a month
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
Absolutely, I agree.
So this
So
isn't.
there are changes that need to be made.
But okay, so then when we talk about 20 million more people are insured, that's why when I say at what cost, you're knocking other people off insurance policies because they can't
no.
afford it.
But they still have insurance. They maybe just didn't have their original policy. They still are insured.
At what cost?
Are your parents still insured?
At
do your
double
par-
the cost.
No, you said they changed health plans. I thought.
No, this is the thing. Trust me, when they
Wait,
find out,
they kept their same plan.
no, they had to change their plans.
Like I said, they changed their
and
plan.
the plan
They're
that
still insured.
The plan that was worse. But what I'm saying, first of all, a $6,000 deductible with $1,600 a month.
Yeah, it's
is
absurd.
insane.
We've talked about a little bit about
And
this
the
before.
problem with this is that the Obama administration says, oh, you can keep your doctor, you can keep your plan, all this stuff. These are all things that are not true.
He already admitted he shouldn't have said you can keep
but
your
just
doctor.
say he
you
shouldn't
keep
have
your plan.
lied. He just shouldn't have lied.
He
That's
was
the truth.
mistaken.
It's
Mistaken.
no, he was not.
He didn't
It's
blatantly lie.
Yeah, because it's a
At
lie.
what-
He says you can do this, and then guess what? You can't. That's called
He
a
was
lie.
mistaken. He was mistaken.
Well, then guess what? It's a lie. Then if
No.
trust me.
If
don't.
you say something thinking it's true and then it turns out to be wrong, that's not a lie. That means you were mistaken.
Okay, so he should be held
Or
accountable
uninformed.
then.
He came out publicly and said, I shouldn't have said that.
Okay,
that
well,
was wrong. I was
how
wrong.
about this? How about this?
How
we're
amazing
getting
a
rid of
guy
it.
who's wrong about something comes out publicly and says, I acknowledge I'm wrong. I was wrong
And
about
now
that.
the people that are affected by it just have to be affected by
Just
it.
imagine for a second Donald Trump ever doing that. Just imagine. Could you imagine what that would be like? Him coming out and be like, you know what? I was actually wrong. What I said last
Yeah,
week.
he doesn't know how to really admit.
He doesn't even
wrongdoing.
know what the fuck, how to even phrase that. He won't be able to read it. He'd be like, what the I'm what?
He's never seen that word.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck
He's
is
like, do I
that?
pronounce the
What
W?
the fuck is that?
So what I'm saying is, that
we don't need to stay. I know you don't want to talk about it. I have something else. To talk
I think
about.
it's funny, but you consistently attempt to shut me up when I'm
No,
explaining
you said you didn't
something
really
to
want to talk about it.
But I
We-
kind of
we-
have to because
No, we agreed. It's not the best thing out there. Not the best. Your parents' premiums should not have doubled. They shouldn't have had to change their insurance. That's fucked up.
okay, but then like they're just saying,
100%.
oh, he made a mistake is just a little. It's a
No,
little annoying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying it sucks.
It's called
should not-
If
he
you for a
publicly-
minute think that he did not know that it was going that was not the truth, then I think you're gravely mistaken. I think that he was well aware of the truth and
Okay.
decided to say that anyway.
Okay,
so it would be a
we'll
lie.
agree to disagree.
Okay.
So now
I guess we can't prove his brain. We're not like the arbiters of soul mind.
all we can do
reading.
is take people at their word. And he said I was wrong. He said I shouldn't have said that.
Okay, well, I can tell you what.
So
If,
and then you want to hold on. Well, we don't believe you. Like then now what? Now what?
well, how about you
You're
just
gonna
like,
hold. Now you're just gonna call him a liar forever? No, we think you knew that. You knew it. You just came up and lied.
the problem is the negative effects are there either way. So it needs to
Yes,
be fixed. Anyway,
absolutely.
They should just repeal the whole damn thing and start from scratch.
Maybe not. Maybe just make amendments to it. How about that? How about just change it? Fix it. Don't get rid of the whole thing. Don't throw people off insurance. How about just fix it? How about that?
This whole fucking
He's like,
podcast turned into
scrap it.
healthcare.
Listen, I don't know. I haven't like followed what you guys have been. I've been like not listening. I just like
You look really
meta
comfy
about
right
it. I'm
now.
just like I just like don't. haven't
He comes
listened.
out with
I like haven't listened. I'm just like seeing.
He's like the guy on the sides, like throwing grenades every once in a while. It's like,
Yeah.
All right,
Hey, he's throwing the cocktail. What's
Yeah.
those things? Molotov cocktails.
Yeah.
He's like throws it in. Like, oh shit. Okay.
all right, what do you want to tell
okay.
me? We're running out of time, by the way.
Okay. Well, really quickly, I just want to go into something serious.
Okay.
The Vegas shooting.
Okay, terrible. Yeah, it's
Very awful. Like, there's nothing more to say other than it's awful.
Actually, no, we should just leave it. Like, guys, we being very real, we know we don't get a lot of views. We know we don't have a huge audience,
What?
but we want to say that, that's it's just fucking terrible. I don't even know what to say about it. I don't even know. There's just maybe that our hearts are with these people that these terrible things have happened to.
Yeah.
And,
if you wanna just do a part 2, we can end this one and then do a part 2.
We can't.
Why? You don't have enough space?
Just say what you were gonna say.
Well, yeah, say what
Okay,
you're
just
gonna say,
say
yeah.
it.
Well, how much do we have enough time? I don't want to get into it.
Yeah, I think we have like 5 more minutes.
Okay, that's not enough time.
Yes, it is. We don't want to talk about too long.
Guys, do you want to give blood? We should go give blood.
Yeah, we
I
should.
Actually,
I haven't given in a
I
while.
actually have the app, and I was about to schedule an appointment, but they were all closed.
We should all go together, actually.
Close. You're gonna do it tonight?
I was gonna do it at, like they all closed at 5 around here, so
I wouldn't assume they'd be open all night.
I couldn't find any. Well, I don't have a car, so within the 5 miles that I put in.
Oh.
Yeah, but I definitely want to. Yeah.
Anyway, maybe next episode we can talk about it a little bit, but I just want to talk about how we need to make some changes in this country regarding our gun laws.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's no mental background checks. I realized that recently.
Like you can just
Like,
go.
yeah, criminal
you can,
background
Guys, I
checks.
really
cool.
think
you can
have
just
a
you can
felony.
go. Yeah, you can just go. You can have someone privately sell you a gun and have no background check, no legal background check, no mental background check. Kyle,
could be a
just really
criminal-
quickly, just say, do you agree with us? We need to make changes.
What, just go.
And
get
you
a
better not
doctor's
fucking.
note-
You better
get a-
not edit this out of
Get
the
a
episode.
doctor's note from a psychologist.
Just anything. How much time do we have?
We have 25 minutes actually.
Oh, perfect. Fucking great. He's fucking stuck now. He's fucking stuck. People who didn't hear, I don't know if you guys heard, but he said we have 25 minutes left. So now he has to talk about it.
Well, you said 25-minute timer on your phone, and then we had another. You had doubled it.
Yeah.
Time?
I guess we did, yeah.
Oh, that's so fucking great.
So then, what made
Okay.
you think that we had 25 minutes?
So, okay, let's go back into it. Awful. I'm sure everybody knows, so we don't need to go into detail about what happened because I'm sure fucking everybody knows.
Tragic.
I do not listen, guys.
So-
I do not want to talk about policy on this because I know for a fact
Policy?
you guys don't have all the facts, and neither do I. So I think we should avoid this on the podcast.
All the facts?
All the facts about gun laws, all the facts about what
How about
exactly
this?
happened.
How about we don't even need to talk about that incident to talk about the issues we have regarding guns in this country. We don't even have to talk about the Vegas incident.
Yeah, it just
If you don't
reminded-
want.
it just reminded us.
Yeah,
of
if you
this-
don't
of
even
this
want, we don't need to even
gun
talk about that in detail because I think you're right. No one has all the facts yet. But we can just talk about it before that.
How are you going to talk about gun laws and policy when you yourself don't know them?
Well, I know there's no.
I know enough.
Psychology background.
We
check. I
tried
know that.
talking
But
about
I
this
know
before.
I know enough.
Maybe they do a psychological screening.
They
I
don't.
know.
They
They don't.
If I go to a gun shop and they
guys,
can say,
I
like,
really
Well, if
think
you
you
go to
should
a gun- if you go
avoid
to- if you
looking
go to-
like
Are you on
fools the
meds?
podcast.
Yeah.
If you go to LA gun shop, they'll ask you questions, and the questions will be like, "Do you take antidepressants, stuff like that?" Which you would just cross no.
Oh.
There's no thorough background check. That's what I'm saying. There's no thorough background check.
Have you purchased a gun in LA?
No.
Guys, this is what I'm talking about. You need, but before
I
we talk about
disagree.
this, you need to
I
do
disagree.
some research.
I disagree
I
with
have
that
to purchase
stance.
a gun to talk about it.
I disagree.
yes, because you
I
need to know
disagree
the
with that
process.
stance.
Because you can't just hop on and just give
I
your
know
feelings
enough
for something.
I know enough of the process by reading about it. I don't need to have to go do it. Enough people have done it to talk about it for me to know enough.
That's funny because
You bought a gun? Where'd
Yeah.
you buy your gun?
Turner's.
You have a
Outdoor.
handgun, right?
I have two. Yeah.
Handgun and a rifle.
yeah.
So let's just talk about the handgun. Where'd you get the handgun from?
Turner's.
Is it online?
No. And
Where'd
if
you
it,
get it?
and if it is online, they ship it to a federally
so
registered store
where'd you get it?
at the store.
wait.
What
can,
store?
Can I have a,
How many times do I have to say Turner's Outdoorsman?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear it.
I just do-
Go ahead.
So you're saying you can talk on it even though you don't have like personal experience, right?
Yeah.
Because one time I said that peanut butter is still sticky in space, and you said, "Have you ever been to space? Have you ever been to space?" And I said, "No, but I just know."
Wow.
I wanna
How,
talk about
how
that
fucking
subject.
insensitive.
I wanna talk
We're
about
talking about
that
something
subject.
serious here, and you go back to your fucking peanut butter fetish? Are you fucking serious?
Do you have a
It's
peanut
not a
butter fetish?
Yeah, he
It's not
does.
sexual.
He fucking, you eat peanut butter every day. You put it on your body. You
I
do
don't put
weird
it on
shit
my
with
body.
it.
I put it down my throat.
Okay, listen.
What else?
Listen, hold on. I want to go back. This is serious. Kyle, you bought a gun. You bought the handgun from Turner Outdoor Sports, whatever the fuck it's called. Where was it? How'd you get it? Tell me the process, please.
So the process
Please
is.
be 100% honest.
Yeah. So in California, you have to take
did you-
a.
hold on.
Yep.
You bought it in
You're
California?
gonna let him talk?
I want to just make sure it's clear.
Unreal. It's unreal.
Did you buy in California?
There's no like. This is the only man on planet Earth that will ask you a question and then like attempt to answer the question he asked.
Okay.
It's unbelievable.
Go ahead. I'll work on that. Go ahead.
I love Anthony so much because he is the guy. He is like he wants this facade of this human he's created, but you know that you're a dirt bag
I'm a
piece
robot.
of shit
I'm a
on the
robot.
inside. All right. No. Okay. So I will tell you the process here in California. This is something that I can talk about. I feel comfortable talking about because I've been through the process. Okay.
Great. That's why I asked you.
Wow, it's exhausting. Okay. So
Facade?
went into these are the rules for California. Do you know what facade means?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks.
Well, you said it like, well,
Yeah, you said it like you didn't understand.
facade?
Like,
Tell
you're like,
me.
what is that word? I've never heard it before.
Facade?
Obviously, you knew what I meant, but the way I said it. But go ahead.
Okay. So, to buy a gun, you would obviously you'd pick out your gun. You fill out you fill out all your information. They take your thumbprint. They do a federal background check on you. They then
Meaning just like criminal background check.
criminal background
To make sure
check.
you have no felonies regarding.
Make sure you're not 5150. Make sure that you are that you're not a felon, because you can't have a felon if you can't. So you can't have a gun if
Sure.
you are a convicted felon.
Yeah.
And then there is a 10-day cool-off period in the state of California. So that means that like you can't go into the store and emotionally purchase a gun.
Sure.
Which makes makes sense.
They make you
know.
wait 10 days
Yeah, it makes
before
you
they
wait 10
come back.
days.
To
Yep.
Which is not enough time.
And then after 10 days, how much time is enough time?
A year.
Well, I mean, I
A
don't know.
year?
I would
No.
say good amount of time. I mean, I don't know,
You
but
might be
10
a changed person
I
in
can
a
say
year.
10 days is not enough without giving you what I think would be a good amount of time. But I can clearly say 10 days is not enough.
Like
time.
with a tattoo.
Let me
they
tell
say,
you right
like,
now.
3
I'll
months
I'll
should
tell you what
wait.
happened.
They
You
don't
you make the cool off period a year. You're gonna probably spike the sales on the black market for guns.
All right,
I
fine, 2
promise
months.
you. Okay.
Okay. Which would then we would address those issues and try to attack the black market sales. Just because this is how you get rid of arguments is that you jump from, if you change the thing to 1 year, then people are going to go buy guns illegally, but they're buying the guns illegally because they clearly want to do it for illegal reasons, right? Why would someone buy a gun off the black market?
Okay. Then why are you making it
But,
harder?
but why would someone want to buy a gun off the black market? To do something illegal, right?
Yeah, or they don't want it to be tracked by the government or whatever. If you're that type of person, where
Or
you
they
don't
want a gun to hunt and they have a felony.
yeah, or something.
Okay,
or
so
something like that.
I can't stand you. Go ahead.
so
Go ahead.
You can't stand me?
He can't stand you because you're not.
You
completely-
give like fucking the other side like fucking bait.
I
telling.
speak for
This
the
is telling.
truth.
But you always do that.
This is
like
telling.
that was unnecessary to say
Pay
that.
attention.
You
I'm
just
not
gave
trying
me,
to win an argument.
attention
I'm
what's
trying to get
going
to
on.
the truth.
I know, but do you
Classic.
understand how? I just can't even go into it.
Yeah, to you,
So-
to your agenda.
Not my agenda.
See what's going on here?
I think our agenda. That's what the issue is. That's why when I get upset with you, because we're usually on the same side, but you're on my team, like throwing them points,
I'm trying to get to the truth.
and then you go,
This
like, well, I'm
isn't-
trying to get
I'm
the,
not trying to win
I'm
an
trying to get the
There's
truth.
no team in
but
truth.
Really, you're trying to get him on your side. You're trying to get him to understand that our side makes more sense. Are you not?
Well, so no, you don't need to.
Okay,
Say,
hold on,
the
I'm
way
not-
you preface it is very hubris and
Hold
arrogant.
on, I'm asking
I
him.
don't know.
I'm asking
I don't
him.
know. I'm trying to get all of us to figure out the correct solution here. I don't know, man.
And you know his side is not the correct side.
You don't
right.
know that.
Hold on, can let him answer.
Okay.
You know his side's not the correct side, right?
Right.
So can you not throw him points when we're having an argument?
I'm
It's
just
not
trying
an
to make
argument.
this
It would
fair.
be a
I feel-
debate,
I feel
I
bad
guess.
for- I feel bad for him.
Okay.
Why would you feel
That's why
bad
I
for me?
dislike competition.
It's constantly me
Kyle.
against two people.
Kyle,
That's why I feel bad.
Kyle, so you wait 10 days. You waited
Wait
10
10
days.
days, yep.
Then you went back and picked up your gun.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think they maybe should have done a mental background check?
That's
To make sure you
that's
were-
part of your background.
No,
check.
it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
When they send it off, if you
No,
have
they
any,
they just check your criminal background.
I want a doctor's note from a psychiatrist.
They don't. There is no mental evaluation there.
Mental screening, like
There's no mental screening
That's all
there.
you have to do.
They're on the form. I think they ask you something about like killing people or like, do you want to do bodily harm to anybody or yourself?
I got it so
Those-
long ago, I don't remember the exact.
Those
test.
those questions aren't enough to do a mental evaluation.
I don't see how anyone could agree that we could just have a mental evaluation.
We could have
Yeah.
no there. We could have more of a mental evaluation. Like I would be for more of like a
good.
mental evaluation thing.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere.
But the problem is here is like I want to know how the test is conducted, and I also want to know
Sure.
who is conducting the test.
Sure, and those are fair points, but we shouldn't just not do them because we're worried about who's going to do the background check and how long will
Yeah,
it
we'll
take.
figure that out later, man.
Yeah, we
Don't
shouldn't
worry.
we should not do it
No,
because
you can't figure that out later because that's actually the most important part to it. Because
it's definitely an issue with it. But can you just acknowledge that we should not do it because we're worried about the details to it?
but okay, I agree with you. Let's do it, but we need to take the proper steps before you even pass something like that.
Just like what's the thing? What did the guy buy for the Vegas shooting? What did he buy to make his gun automatic?
I think
It
it's
was
called I think it's called a bump stock.
Like, what would you need that for? Why would that be legal to purchase?
Yeah, no, and I'm for you with getting rid of that. That makes sense.
Maybe it is illegal to purchase.
No, he purchased it
Here-
legally.
But let me tell you,
Look it up. I mean, he
it's
purchased it legally.
it's legal to purchase this.
Yeah.
There was actually another. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like
He
it
made
was a
this-
glove that actually made your hand go ba 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 ba, and it could shoot like ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
And they actually they said no, you can't get that.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
And you make a semi-automatic weapon automatic.
Okay.
Like there's
But
no
you know-
reason for that.
But I want to tell you guys something, that there's a lot of misinformation going around. You got a lot of celebrities spreading misinformation too by saying things like you can buy an M16. You can't buy military grade weapons.
Who said that?
Here? For example, Jimmy Kimmel said this. So
okay,
I mean,
what's
there are
a military grade weapon?
a military grade
He
weapon?
wouldn't just say something that wrong.
I
He-
mean, no, but he did. So trust me, I know this because I've been watching this. But so the M16 is the military grade, meaning it can do semi-automatic, it can do burst, and it can do fully automatic modes. There's 3 different modes on the gun. Any civilian model gun, like an AR-15, which does not stand for assault rifle, it doesn't stand for anything like that. It stands for Armalite. But they're only semi-automatic. So, but they make so many. They make so many accessories that can. Do you know how a bump stock works?
That's what I was going to say. So essentially, you're saying you can't buy an M16, but you can buy an AR-15 and then change it so it shoots an automatic like an M16.
So yeah, let's get rid of like the accessories.
So okay, you said Jimmy Kimmel said that.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe
Maybe he was talking about the semi-automatic.
Maybe
This is the
but
problem.
maybe he stated it saying, basically meaning he bought a gun and then made it the same type of weapon as an M16.
No, I listened very carefully. He goes, you shouldn't be. He said you shouldn't be allowed to buy an M16. You're not allowed to buy an M16. You're not allowed to buy an M16. You're not allowed
Is
to
this
buy military
California or
grade.
this is federal?
Federally, you cannot.
But if you buy an AR-15 and then put the fucking thing on it to make it automatic, what difference is it then?
You mean
than
the bump stock? Do you know how bump stock
I do
works?
not, no.
So bump stock is basically, this is another problem with this. The bump stock can literally be 3D printed. It's like it's basically just a spring. So like the way that you have your rifle. It's a stock that comes out, has a spring in it, and it uses the recoil of the gun to push you know how like there's the recoil every time the bump stock has a spring in it, so it pushes it back. So you just hold your finger there, and you're using the recoil to go ba, 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 ba. So the gun by it
Use
bouncing,
itself, yeah,
it makes
that's
it
crazy.
it makes it more inaccurate, but it is something that they should probably not allow.
So can I ask you?
Yeah.
By shooting an M16 or buying the AR-15 and putting the fucking thing on it, what's the difference now between them two?
Well, the difference is that it's still, and mind you, I've never shot an AR-15 with a bump stock on it, but by using the bounce, it's a lot more inaccurate.
Essentially, they're the same thing. Maybe a little less accurate, but it's essentially the same thing.
Listen, and I'm for getting rid of the bump stock,
But right?
restricting that.
Okay.
Yeah. So the problem is that when you have people like for example, 2013. Dianne Feinstein had a debate with Ted Cruz over the Second Amendment, and she was saying she really embarrassed herself. She's like literally said, she's like, I know about the guns that with the bullets that implode. I mean, these people that are pushing these regulations have very, very little knowledge. And all I'm saying is if you want to talk about it, if you want to come from a place that you are that your opinion will be respected, you better know the facts. You better study the issue, because when you say stuff like that, it immediately makes you be like, she has no idea what she's talking about. I mean, that's what I'm saying. So if you're gonna have someone write new laws, like I said, they better know what the hell they're talking about.
Sure.
I think everyone can agree with that.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I agree.
But I also agree that we need to make changes.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
we have way more
we
mass
can come
shootings
to,
than any other country. We have way more gun violence than everyone else. I don't understand why that is.
We should look up. Here's the thing too, that we have to understand that they've changed the definition of mass shooting.
Okay,
When you think of a mass shooting, you think of Vegas, you think of Sandy Hooking, of Columbine, you think of all these things. But when you're involved, when you're including gang activity of 4 or more people and retaliation type scenarios, you don't really think of mass shooting. So I don't like that is lumped into what to mass shooting, because when you think of mass shooting, you think of the terrible fucking things that happen in Las Vegas.
Okay, without the term mass shooting, we have way more gun violence than any other country.
And these things aren't. And but the problem is that
without using that term mass shootings, we have way more gun violence than we do in any other country.
Okay, but a lot of these are done with handguns, and they're purchased illegally. This is the problem.
We need to be stricter. We need to have like harsher punishments for people who buy fucking handguns illegally. Very easy.
Or if you get caught with a gun, that's
they make the punishments way more.
Look,
harsher.
we all have.
I guarantee you, people will stop fucking doing it.
Yeah.
I mean, not all. Obviously, there's still criminals who will still fucking carry handguns. Gangbangers who will still have guns, but slowly but surely, people will stop buying guns.
I think.
Do you not agree with that?
People will.
How do other countries not have as much gun violence as we do? Like, how is that possible?
They probably have different type of knife violence or something like that. We should look at violence statistics versus gun violence. Plus, when they include
knife violence.
Let me tell you.
Can someone go in and kill 50 people with a knife?
Let me tell you. When they include.
Can someone do that?
Hold on. When they include gun violence in our statistics, they're including suicides, which is very different than shooting another person.
Which is another issue. If you're going to lump in suicides, why do we have so many suicides here then?
Well, you can. I mean, we should look at all suicide rates.
I'm sure other countries use that suicide deaths in their polls, in their numbers. It's not like only we use that number.
Look, this is why
we have more gun violence than any other country. That's a fact. You can lump in whatever you want to lump in, but we have more gun violence here.
Okay, but you
any other country.
Then look at entire violence all accumulate. Because maybe we have more gun violence.
Are you honestly arguing that if we add knife fights or bat fights, that somehow we'll even out with other countries? Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm saying that I haven't looked. I'm saying I haven't looked at the stats, and I'm saying you haven't looked at the stats either.
I just asked you a question. Can you answer it? I said, if you add knife violence into there, is that somehow going to bring us back down to the more middle ground? That we're not going to be at number one?
Yeah,
do you honestly believe that?
There's still more violence here for some reason.
Look, if you look at the stats,
you'd haven't answered the question. If we add the
gun violence has gone down.
Are we number one in the world?
Mass shootings have stayed flat.
Are we number one in the world?
We're comparing it to other countries, not the past.
Are we number one in the world?
But you have to compare everything. This is why we shouldn't even be talking about this, because
we're
don't
comparing
have
it to other countries.
Yeah, I don't understand why are you upset?
What? But every other country has 380 million people in it. All other countries, you're talking about different populations.
You go by percentages.
Yeah, you go by
percentages.
Numbers.
Okay, well look. We need to get a graph. We need to get a graph rather than just me because I don't know the numbers.
Yeah, pull it up. But I just asked you a straight question. You're trying to bring up arguments like add all violence in there. If we added knife violence or any other weapon violence you want to add in there, we would not be removed for number one.
Are we at number one for all violence? We're not.
I'm looking up the definition of mass shooting because you said it includes gang violence, and I don't know if that's true.
But I said gun violence, and you're honestly arguing that we're not number one in gun violence.
Okay, we're probably number one in gun violence, but it doesn't really. But this argument is about getting rid of guns.
No, not getting rid of them.
You need to look at violence. You need to look at population numbers. You need to look at all different types of things.
It's not getting rid of them. I don't want to get rid of them. But just make it harder for fucking psychopaths to get them.
Okay,
and mentally unstable people who shouldn't have them.
Okay. I agree with you, but you have to figure out.
Mass shooting is multiple homicide incident in which four or more victims are murdered with firearms within one event and in one or more location in close proximity. So most gang violence isn't going to fall into that.
Yes, it is. Look,
there aren't like gang.
I don't know. There's not like one. There's not
anymore.
You sure you want to say that?
There is
like San Andreas.
There is, but there's not one guy killing more than 4 people at once.
Guys,
gun violence. They do drive-bys.
That's what I mean.
Oh, okay. But
I meant war, like a gang war, like where there's like 20 people dead, or 4.
It's not as frequent, no, but it happens.
It's like one dude they kill or something.
Yeah.
When you think, okay, guys,
I don't know why you're grinning when he said that.
Because you guys are not coming in with actual graphs and actual numbers. I don't think.
Look it up. If anybody wants to look it up, we're number one in gun violence in the world. It's a fact. Look it up, please, Paul.
What am I looking at?
Because look up gun violence. Gun violence as a whole in the world.
Yeah, but you're
a graph.
Including suicide in that.
What? Deaths by gun violence.
Gun violence.
Deaths by gun. We're number one. Look it up. It's a fact. But it's funny how you want to argue that we're not number one instead of actually just addressing the issue. And I hear fucking Google data.
Oh, is that me?
It's both of you probably.
It's usually you.
Whatever I pull up, the people that
Just
are
pull
on
up.
the other side of the argument are just going to discredit the source. That's how things go.
God, are you gonna do that? Paul, go. You need a graph. Like pull up a graph for God.
This is a graphic.
Puts
Puts
to
it in
fast
in
forward through
image
all of this
version.
because all of us are on our phone. This is why this is such a stupid topic for us because no one is prepared with graphs or facts.
I know we're number one. I've already
But
looked
we're
it up.
giving our opinions on like what happened. Like we're not
Yeah.
like politicians.
If you want to
here.
talk about it hypothetically,
So-
because you're gonna choose to try to poke holes in my theory or my topic, just we'll do it hypothetically. We're number one. I mean, it's a fact, so I don't like.
Yeah, it's just like I don't see why you can't be forced to go to a psychologist and he or she says like,
Guys,
like-
I don't know why we're even debating this. I already agree with you on that.
No, we agree.
So
With,
then
we
that's-
agree on that.
that's- So then that's all we can really.
We
talk
agree
about.
on that. But my whole thing was the gun violence. Why is there so much gun violence in this country? And then you choose to argue that we're not number one.
This chart is showing Honduras, Venezuela, El Salvador, South Africa, Colombia, Guatemala, Swaziland.
Swaziland?
I don't know where the fuck that is. United
Alice in
States.
Wonderland.
United States is not the top.
Yeah, we are.
It's
I don't
right
know, I don't know
here.
what you pulled up, but that's.
But then
show me.
let's-
That's not it. Sorry.
I love how like we can only go by your graphs.
No, just not the one that you pulled up just now.
Maybe if the Wi-Fi in here worked,
Yeah.
I would be able to do something.
It's funny that we're spending this time trying to pull up a graph. Can you just answer the question?
The highest rates, this is from World Atlas, okay, worldatlas.com. The highest rates of firearm-related deaths occur in Honduras, Venezuela, Swaziland, Guatemala, and Jamaica. So this is what I'm talking about.
No.
You can't just keep saying, I pulled up
Can
now
I
too.
read it? Can I read it? That's just not true. I mean, there could be like some stipulations.
Maybe you're talking about per like total, and that this is.
That's what, but you guys even said yourself percentage.
Yeah, well, I'm playing devil's
Guys,
advocate here.
let's get to the point here. We all have the same goal in mind, and that's to not have shit like this happen. Where
Just a better humanity.
have,
and that's why people debate in the first place, just because we're trying to figure something out,
Yeah.
get to the truth. Sorry, go ahead.
like here, you have a serious issue in here. You can't uninvent the gun. It's, you try to because this all goes to gun confiscation. That's the goal. That's the end goal.
No,
Whether
it's
they
not.
say it or not, yes, it is.
How do you know if they don't say it?
Because
They're going to confiscate them?
He said if they say it or not.
No, just make them really hard to get. Why not?
I can tell you this. Oh, because they'll say this. Well, it was a mistake. You can keep your doctor. You can keep your fucking insurance man. It was a mistake. Yeah, we're gonna take him anyway. Come on, bring him in. Bring him in.
If it was really hard,
I mean,
to get,
I can read this. I mean, New York Times article if you want. But I know you're gonna discredit that. So
We're trying to find actual statistics. They've been
Yeah,
they've literally been promoting communism for the past month. Okay.
see what I mean? Okay,
literally.
there's actual
Chinese girls found a silver lining in communism. Dreams. They learned to
there's
dream
actual
big.
numbers here, but I mean, if you're gonna discredit that,
Well, let's just find. Why don't we do Pew Research? That's pretty like the gold standard.
how about we just shut this off and just think about it hypothetically? Can you just
Okay.
answer that?
Well, but don't you see what's going on now? The statistics that we found are not matching, which is fine. It would seem like we have a lot of gun violence here.
They were.
No, they weren't.
They were.
No,
They were.
we just looked at the charts. We just looked at two different sources that say that we
We
don't have the
We looked
highest.
at two weird things that you pulled up. They were like they're colorful fucking circles.
Would you try?
They were like a bunch of circles. It didn't even show who was number one.
Do the screen.
What
and
if we
screen
did?
when
Well,
it
Yeah,
does
how
that.
about this?
Screen-
U.S.
Screen.
U.S. Or Business Insider. Let's see. This is not a world. This is only United States. Let's find a world.
Here we are back to the phones. Stop doing that.
It's kind
Wow, you
it's like
can't
it's
hear
made
it.
me like fall asleep.
Yeah, you can't hear it.
I can hear it on the outside.
You can't.
I can't. How did I know you were doing it?
Because you looked at me.
I can't see it.
Guys, this has been the KAP Show. Please let us know what you think. We want to
Please tell me what you think about this
send
guy.
our
Seriously, someone comment about him.